Hello, hello everyone. I am sharing to my Facebook page, and once I get that done, then I can come back over here and look at the screen. Let's see if I can get this to work. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, so I never know. But I think I actually got it for once. Yay! All right. Let me get in here and get this all cleared out so that I can focus in here. Hello, happy Monday, everyone. Make sure that you come in and let me know you're here. Hello, Sharon. How are you? Also, make sure you comment that you're here so I can say hello, and then make sure you share and give the thumbs up. I am back to Monday. I think last week we were on a Tuesday. I never know anymore. It's also hit and miss sometimes, you know? All right, so hello, Nancy. Let's get started. I think I've got everything set up the way I need it to be set up. So we are gonna dive in tonight. We are going to be playing with, I'm gonna grab my unopened one. We're gonna be playing with the paper pumpkin kit for September. It is called Autumn Abundance, and it makes me very happy that we are gonna play with some fall products. I'm all about the fall. If you've followed me for any time at all, I love fall. I love the cooler weather. I love football. I love leaves and trees and changing colors and all that fun stuff. So, good, Sharon. I am glad. And I'm doing pretty good too. This weekend was actually a weekend that I got to kind of chill out. I did get some things started for cutting for club and for the retreat. I got some products in for all of that so I could start doing all of that together, like the bag and some of the products that will go in it, some like the little extra little gifts that go in there too. So I got to just kind of relax and work on some of those things and not be rushed with it. So it was great. Okay, so the only thing I really wanted to, there's two things I kind of want to talk to you about. The first one is the paper share. If you have not registered for this, but you want the paper share, the last day to register is the 30th. And that is a week from today. If you have ordered the paper share already, that is actually going out tomorrow because I got everything in for it and I've already started cutting it. And so this is what the paper share looks like. The paper share is $48. So if you are interested in that, make sure that you let me know. I also am offering the sample pages. So you will get a 2x4 piece of every single cardstock, or not cardstock, but designer series paper. And then you'll cut it down to the 2x2 and put them on your cardstock. The cardstock will already come labeled like this, so it'll have this information at the top, and then it'll have a sticker on the back that gives you all the colors. It gives you the item number, but then it also gives you the price, and then of course has like my information on it, and it tells you if it's, you know, the 12x12. So it's kind of like a repeat of this information on the front, except for it adds that price in for you. The sampler is, I have to remember, it's $23, and that includes shipping. The $48 as well includes the shipping. So if you want the paper share, just let me know, and I can send you that information to get registered for it. And then the last, well, actually, I lied. I have two more things. The retreat, if you are interested in the retreat, let me know, and I'll get you the link to register for that. The retreat is $136. That includes shipping to you, and it includes the ribbon and the paper, plus you get a couple of other little extra kind of things in there, like your, you know, there's some little extra gifts that are in there. So, and it includes 12 make and takes. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I made a total of 14 make and takes, and I can't figure out which ones to use. So you may end up getting 14 make and takes for this. Sometimes I get started and I can't stop. So that you might end up getting a lot more make and takes, which is always great, right? It's always better to have more than less. Hello, Deb. How are you? Okay, the last thing that I have to share is that I know that some of you that watch here on the YouTube Live, you come to my in-person class. My in-person class for October is the second Saturday. So that is October the 12th. I had to change that because I'll be at a crop next weekend. And so I just want to make sure that I put that out there so everyone knows it is October the 12th, the second Saturday of the month. Now, that is it. So we are going to dive in to our paper pumpkin kit. And I do have the blog post up already for the kit. For today's projects. So make sure that you go over there and check it out. It's got all the products that we're using, as well as all of the measurements. And let me get all this adjusted. Oh, right, Deb? You know, the first day of fall was yesterday. It's kind of crazy. My sister, my older sister, Heather, her birthday is September the 22nd, which is always the first day of fall. But do you think here in the South we get fall? Oh, no, no. She's a little further north, up close to DC. And so, yeah, they really kind of have the fall fun weather. Unlike us, we do not get it. Not until like November, even sometimes in December is when we get it. So, all right, let's start with the cards that come in the kit. These are how they are intended to be created. And then these are the stamp sets. Now, of course, I've got these on blocks already. And I want to show you guys something. I'm going to take it off. Let's see if I can get them all to come off. Okay. So this piece here and this piece here, I was like, okay, that's a snail, but where's the rest of it? I thought this was a rock or the top of like a mushroom. Okay. This is actually the body of the snail. So make sure that you realize that if you get the monthly paper pumpkin, because that one threw me off there for a bit. So you've got the body and then the shell, and then you've got the body part. So that was probably a little unique for my brain for whatever reason. The other thing is these are the dies that coordinated with July, August, and September. So you had this leaf here, you had hooray, and then you had the flower. This is the leaf that coordinates with this set, and you can see it's this piece right here. So we're actually going to use that tonight as well. I've already cut it out though, so you don't have to watch me cut out tonight. All right, let me put all those back in there. And we're going to pull those away. And with this kit, you make 3 of each, just so you know. So it's a total of 9 cards, which is not bad for 26 bucks. Oh, there was a glare on it. I'm sorry. Yeah, unfortunately, because of there we go. Can you see that now? I don't know if I can, hold on. There's a delay, so I need to see if I can see it. Yeah, okay, there we go. Good. All right, so that's your shell, and then that is your body. So, sorry about that. I need to wait and look at it on the screen, but I'm always afraid if I look at the screen, I'm going to forget what I'm trying to say, or I'm going to forget, like, what I'm supposed to be doing in general, which, you know, is par for the course for me. All right, so let's go ahead and start our first card. And tonight should actually be fairly quick. I shouldn't keep you that long at all. All right, so again, all of the measurements are on the blog post, and then you can get all the colors. So like this is copper clay, but it'll give you the measurements and everything on that blog post. All right, so we've got that. We're gonna take this piece and put it on our inside, and we're gonna go ahead and do that so I don't get ink everywhere. All right. Oh, good. Good, Sharon, I'm glad. Sometimes you have to holler at me, which I'm not really sure how you would holler at me through YouTube, but you can always holler at me. Okay, so this kit has some copper built into it, so it's got some copper leaves. And then if you look at some of the pieces that are within it, it's got like some extra little copper in it for, this kind of reminds me of like cotton, but they're flowers. I don't know what kind of flowers, but that tip just kind of reminds me of those. And then of course on this little piece of garland, it's got the copper as well. So I've grabbed a piece of copper foil sheets, and because you don't get many of the sheets within the pack of it, I decided that I was going to cut out this center because that's kind of a big chunk so that I could use at a later date. So that is why it looks like that. I don't typically do that, but on usually like my foil sheets, I will typically cut out that center so that it doesn't waste a whole bunch of it. And then I'm just putting that right there on those edges, which means that it will catch this copper. And you know what? I'm thinking I forgot to put the foil sheets on the supply list. So I'll go and update that as soon as I get done. We're going to use my favorite linen thread, which is out of stock right now. I'm actually waiting for that to come in for club. But I had a little bit left myself. So we're going to tie a nice little bow here. If I can get it to work. That's still a little too much. I'm trying not to waste it, since I don't know when it will come back in because the date has moved twice. And I love this linen thread. I love it. I love it. All right, so I've got a nice big bow right there. We're going to take our scissors and trim it off. Now we're going to stick this back in. We're going to take and leave that right there for just a minute. We're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment right here on, this is a label straight from the kit. And we're going to do with thanks, which is always really good for like a Thanksgiving card too. You could send this to someone for Thanksgiving. All right. Now, let's work on putting it all together. Yes, yes. I know. Sharon, sometimes I can be cheap on things. Not a lot when it comes to the cardstock, but definitely on the foil sheets for sure. Okay, we're going to pop up our little piece here. Oh, and this front sheet, sorry, I meant to tell you that. The front that we adhered, this is from the kit. All right. Oops. Got a little slippery there right out of my hand. All right, and then we're going to attach this here like that. And then let's take and cut this. So what I'm going to actually do with this is I'm going to cut it in half. So I'm just going to kind of cut off right there where that copper lands, and we'll leave that there. Then I'm going to take and actually trim at an angle right here, just so that it looks like I didn't cut it from, you know, just straight off. So it'll allow it to kind of blend in and not be so hard on the edges. Okay. All right. So now we've got that. And we're going to actually trim off a little bit more of it down here because we don't need that much. And then when I did these, I actually put adhesive sheets on the back. So if you order this week, you will get these cut out for you, and they will be in, they'll have the adhesive sheets on the back for you. All right, so we're gonna put this one here, and then we're gonna put our Cajun Craze. We're gonna put it right here. And actually, you know what? I did this too. I trimmed off the bottom of that one so we could put it a little further down, but make it a little even with that right there. Then we're gonna do this piece from the kit. We're gonna trim off that bottom piece as well. We're gonna take a little bit of adhesive and we're gonna put it so that we can add this on, because this isn't gonna have an adhesive sheet behind it. All right, so then we'll put that there. We're gonna turn these over, put a little bit of adhesive on those, and then we're gonna stick those there and there. All right. Then with our sentiment, so what we want to do is we want to actually take this piece here. Both of these come from the kit. We're going to cut it in half. We're going to flip over our sentiment. We're going to put some adhesive here and some adhesive here. Okay. Then we're going to take and line this up right about, let's see, right about there. Now we're going to come over here to this side and do the same thing. Okay, we'll flip it over. That's just elongating it so that you can actually see the ends on either side of the flagged pieces. And then we're going to grab some dimensionals and we will adhere this right here. And it's going to go right over that ribbon because it's going to go from one end to the other. And we're actually going to move this down some, because what we want is for our sentiment to cover up the bottom here. So we're going to do just like this. Ta-da! All right, and then there is, oh no, wait, hold on. The thing I forget every week to put my sentiments on. All right, let's grab our take your pick tool. And we are gonna add a couple of, let's move this out the way. We're gonna add there and there. And then we're gonna add a small one down here. And then we're gonna go with here and here. And then we're gonna put this one down here. Okay, now we are all done. All right. I'm definitely getting my share of fall over the last couple weeks. It has been a lot of fall projects that I have been creating, which is so nice. I love creating fall projects. All right, so let's set that one aside. And then we're gonna pull in card number 2, which is this one. And if you don't know this, here's a little secret about me. Night of Navy is my favorite Stampin' Up! Color. And I decided that because this kit had Night of Navy in it like it did, that I needed to use it a lot. And honestly, I don't think I ever really thought about using Night of Navy for fall. I'm sure I have in the past, because it does look really good with Cajun Craze. But I actually see that it looks really good with the copper clay as well. So I decided to use it a good bit on the two cards, on two of the cards. We still have a third one, but I didn't do Night of Navy with that one. All right, so we've got our card base. We're gonna take our white, basic white, and stick it on the inside. And then we'll do there. All right, and then we're gonna grab all these parts here. So this is one of the card fronts off of, it's a little 4x4 right here. And so we're gonna take it and we're gonna use that on our card front this time. What I want to do here is I'm gonna take and put adhesive as close to the edge as I can get. And then we're gonna flip it over and we're gonna attach it to the back here. Now this paper is from the scrapbooking, and it's called, so it's called Autumn Memories, but the DSP is actually called something else, and I can't remember it off the top of my head right now. Anyway, it's gorgeous patterns in there, and so it's perfect for fall because it's for the fall scrapbooking. One of the reasons why I actually took and put the adhesive as close to the edge as possible without putting any in the center is we're going to take some of our pieces and we're going to tuck it down in there. So I wanted to make sure that it didn't have adhesive here so that I could get those stuck in there. All right, we're going to take this piece here and we're going to cut it in half. And then we're gonna take and tuck this one in and we're gonna put some glue dots on it. But when we do the glue dots, these are the ones that came in the kit. This is what we're gonna put on the back because it's gonna be easier to glue here at the top than it is to glue and then try to stick it in the little slot. So we're not gonna glue down at the bottom. We're only gonna be putting glue dots at the top. All right, so we're gonna stick one here, and then here, and here, and then 1, 2, and 3. 2 and 3. All right, so then we'll take the backs off. And these are a little flimsier than our cardstock. So this just makes it easier to also not rip it when you're trying to put it all together. Okay, so now I'm gonna pick this up. I'm gonna pull, kind of like separate it so that I can stick this down in here. Let's see, I might need to do it the other way. There we go. And then I'm just gonna cover up, as I pull it back out, I'm just gonna cover up this little circle right here. And I'm gonna make it go as high up as possible. So now I've got it stuck down, and so now I can just place that down. And now it's adhered and it's not gonna come apart. All right, and then we'll do the same thing to this side. And we're just gonna stick this one down here. Right about there. Kind of make it go in that direction. Okay, now let's take our crushed curry leaf. We're gonna, or no, actually, I'm sorry, that's not crushed curry, it's wild wheat. We're gonna take and cut this off. We're gonna use that in just a second. We're gonna flip that over. We're gonna take and put glue dots on it. And we're not going to put one on that one because it, well, you know what, we are. And then we'll just fold it over. And then we're going to stick one on this one too. Okay. All right. And on this one, we're going to cut off that extra little piece there. All right. Then we'll take off these backs. All right, and then you're gonna see that it's a little hanging over, so we're just gonna fold it onto itself, just like that. This one, we're gonna just stick way up here. And actually, I need to turn it just a little bit, like that. We'll take the back off of this one. If I can get it off, there we go. And again, we're gonna fold the glue dot on itself on the back, and then we're gonna stick this one right here, okay? And then we've got one more leaf to stick in here, and it's the Night of Navy one. So again, we're gonna add our glue dots to the top. And then take those backings off. Just like that. And then we're gonna stick this one right here. And we just kind of want to take it and make sure that it's not covering up all of that leaf in the background, okay? And there we go. Now we're gonna flip this over. We're gonna put dimensionals on the back. And then I need 3 more. Ta-da. And if I can get it to come off. There we go. Then we're gonna stick this up here toward the top. Make sure I've got it in the right direction. I do. Okay, there we go. Then this is a piece that I cut off of this when I was cutting this down. This was a piece that came off of it. So we're just gonna repurpose it and stamp our sentiment on there. We are gonna use some Cajun Craze. And we're gonna stamp it all the way over here. Okay. Then we are going to add dimensionals to the back of it. And we're gonna do 4 just to be on the safe side, because it is a long skinny strip, so we don't want it to fall. And then we are just gonna line it up all the way to this side here. And you're gonna get it, line it up right there to the bottom of this circle, okay? And then your tree stump and your mushroom are gonna cover up like this kind of little blank area, so it's not gonna show. All right, now let's take and add our twine. This is actually jute twine, and this is wild wheat. If Michelle comes in later and watches it, this is for her and Kathy. So if Kathy comes in later too, these are just for y'all. I figured we actually had a discussion on our team page about some wild wheat this week, so I made sure to use it just for y'all. Okay, we're gonna just take this and we're gonna slide it in, because I should have done it beforehand, but I did not. So we're gonna slide this in up underneath our, maybe, I don't think it's gonna go. So let's do this. Let's do a little fix here. We're gonna cut that one off, and then I'm just gonna roll it off the back, and I'm gonna roll it off of this. Okay, then we're gonna take and put a glue dot on the back of it. and then stick it right there. Okay. Now we're going to take a little piece of dimensional because it doesn't look like it's going to need a whole bunch. I always forget either the ribbon or the embellishment. And then we're going to stick this on the very edge like that and then attach it. All right, there we go. So then there is our ribbon or our twine or jute or whatever you want to call it. Okay, then we've got our tree stump, which I love tree stumps. I love that fall feeling. And we're going to attach it using dimensionals on either side on just the top and the bottom because that is going to keep it secure over the sentiment. Like that. All right. And then we've got our mushroom and we're going to put one dimensional at the top, some adhesive at the bottom, and then we will stick it right here. Oops. Take that back off though first. And then this will go right here. And last but not least, we're going to add our embellishments. And we're going to do the wild wheat up here. I actually love these little embellishments here. Put one there. They have glitter in them and they're so pretty, especially the pebbled path ones. I love the pebbled path ones. And this is my second set of them. So I have used them quite a bit to have to come in and get a second pack of them. Wild wheat, though, apparently is the color I use the most. So, all right, then there we go. Okay, now on to our third card. We'll put these over here. Got my little pile there. Trying to stay clean while I do it. It's sometimes hard. Okay. And this is going to be our last card here. This is one of the card bases, the stumps is in the kit. And so, of course, I had to use it as well. I really stuck to the actual kit to do these alternatives. Obviously, I pulled in some additional cardstock, but I didn't really pull in anything beyond that because the products in this kit are just so phenomenal. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Yes, the colors in this are they're just out of this world. Like, it really is some of the best. It's probably one of my favorite ones this year is this set here. So, all right. So we are going to take our pieces here. And what I want to actually do with our background is you could attach it like this, but I thought, why not? Let's just make it a little different. I haven't done this in a long time, so we're going to just offset it so that the early espresso is just down one or two of the sides, so a side and a top. Okay, so we're going to take our adhesive and then we're going to attach, I think I keep getting too high, sorry. And then we're going to attach it like this. And so really it's going to be even with your bottom down here. So this will just go straight across like that. Okay, and then once you do that, you're going to take and put dimensionals on the back. And two more. We're going to add this to the card front. Maybe. I struggle so much with dimensionals. All right, so then we'll stick this right here. like that. Okay, and then we're gonna take all our little pieces here. We've got, now this one actually comes in the kit, so you get the copper foil and then you get the crushed curry ones. It's let's see, it was the Night of Navy and the Cajun Craze that I actually cut out using that die. So, all right, let's start by putting adhesive on the back of all 3 of our large leaves. Like that. And then we're gonna take and actually lay them in like a fanning kind of direction like this. And then we're gonna stick them right here on our card front like that. We'll put a little bit of adhesive there, stick that one there. We are gonna take our sentiment label, our sentiment, which is thinking of you. We're gonna stamp it on our label, but we're gonna stamp it as far to the right as we can, like that. We'll flip it over, put dimensionals on it. We'll add one more, just for good measure. And then we're gonna stick this here like that. Make sure I've got it even. We're gonna take and put adhesive on this side of the snail and a dimensional on this side. And then, sorry, I'm trying to get the adhesive. And then we're gonna stick the snail right here, just like that. And then last but not least, the snail is really adorable. Nancy, really, really adorable. It is. And this is actually how I figured out that the stamp, that this was actually the snail shell and not some just rock or something. We're gonna tie a bow with just our regular linen thread. We'll trim off those ends. And then we're gonna take one of those glue dots that we've been using all night. It's good to use those glue dots in the kit. I actually use those at my desk. And I don't think I've opened an actual glue dot pack except for over here on this side of my room. All right, and then we're taking that and shoving it up underneath. I'm gonna push it in a little bit further if I can. All right. And then that is the last card. Now this one, we're not adding any embellishments to it because honestly, it's got this copper splatter in it and I don't feel like it needed it. So there we go. All right, let me pull in all the cards again and get all my stuff out the way. Clean up just a touch. So we've got that one, this one, and this one. Hey, Linda. All right, and then here are the ones that were from the kit itself. So, lots of projects. I did have a little bit still left from the kit in order to maybe create a couple more things. So you can actually create a lot of things with this kit. If you take and cut your backs, or you cut your card bases in half, you could just right there create 18 cards. So, because all of the backs are different. I mean, they're like patterned. So it kind of makes it awesome. You could actually create a whole bunch of cards with them. So, all right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you guys next Monday. And I don't know what we're going to do at this point. I don't know if we're going to go into some Christmas or if we're going to do a little bit more fall. I I just don't even know right now. I have created a bunch of stuff with the autumn expressions for club, and I'll be sharing that information coming up soon in the next few days. So we may use that since I created so many cards with that one. So it'll give you a good look at what is coming for club for October. So, all right, everyone, have a great evening, and I'll see you next week. Bye.